Thank you, Lieutenant Governor, distinguished members of the Senate, my fellow House members, General Paxton, and to the people of Texas. Let's be very clear. None of us want to be here today. I don't, and I'm confident that you don't either. But here we are with a heavy and historic moment in front of us. I stand before you today humbly on behalf of the House Board of Managers to offer a few brief closing remarks. These remarks have not been reviewed by anyone. I didn't go to dinner with TLR last night. George P. Bush didn't have his speechwriter draft this for me. Karl Rove's not sitting in my office right now. This is me, and me alone. 10 days ago, as these proceedings commenced, I watched each of you, I sat right over here, and I watched each of you, senators, place your hand one by one on Sam Houston's Bible, swearing to impartially render a verdict based on the law and the evidence. And as Chairman Murr has just articulately outlined for you, the House Board of Managers believe that that evidence meets the high standard of beyond a reasonable doubt. And as strong as we believe the evidence to be, make no mistake, this is not an easy vote for you. It's not. It shouldn't be, and I trust that it's not. It wasn't for me. This will, if you're like me, be the hardest vote, the most difficult vote, the heaviest vote that you will ever cast in your time in the legislature. This proceeding, we've had a lot of discussion about whether this proceeding is civil or criminal in nature, and as we've learned, it's been a unique mix of both. But it's also very personal. The vote that each of you will cast, I should say the 16 votes that each of you will cast, will be very personal, and they should be. We should treat the heaviness and the historic nature of this moment with the weight that it deserves. Members, senators, I certainly have done so. In voting to impeach General Ken Paxton, my dear friend, a political mentor, a brother in Christ, and a once trusted advisor, this has not just been a hard vote, this has been one of the most difficult things I've ever had to do in my life. Mr. Busby, you said in your closing that we're here because we hate Ken Paxton, and you could not be more wrong. I have loved Ken Paxton for a long time. I've done life with Ken Paxton. We've traveled together, attended church together, attended countless Cowboys and Baylor football games together. Heck, we're both former Baylor student body presidents.
You have 5 minutes.
I've block walked for Ken. I've donated to Ken, supported Ken. I've asked others to do the same. The first bill that I ever passed in the legislature in 2013, the only bill I passed that session, was sponsored by then Senator Ken Paxton. Which is one of the reasons that this is so difficult for me and many of our House members, and I know for many of you, it will be as well. Over the years, Ken and I have spent hours on the phone together. We've texted. We've called. For the first years after he was elected Attorney General and when he took office, I had an open door to the Attorney General's office. I could go up to the 8th floor anytime and visit with my friend. We talked politics and policy. We talked life. Members, I know, as I look across this floor, many of you had the same. But a few years ago, those calls stopped, and that open door was closed. And I became increasingly concerned and alarmed at what I saw.
Your Honor, he's testifying, and this is not proper. This is not based on any evidence in this case. It's improper.
Mr. Busby, this is closing argument.
I understand what it is, but I'm just saying he's talking about personal things that were not put into evidence.
Mr. Busby and Mr. Leach, the jury will decide what is evidence. Okay.
Thank you, Lieutenant Governor. Members, senators, the point is, I know it's not lost on you, senators. This is difficult for me. It's been difficult for many of us, and I know it will be difficult for you, and it should be. While the law and the evidence is clear, this is a personal vote for you, and it should be. But make no mistake, we shouldn't have to be here. I, like many of you, in response to those concerns, attempted to get answers, to have conversations, to schedule meetings. I called General Paxton in front of our committee 12 times this session, and not once did he appear in front of our committee for answers. And with all due respect to my friend, Mr. Cogdell, we do not, as legislators, have to go through private counsel to have access to a statewide official. Senator Huffman, if you wanted to meet and have Comptroller Hager come in front of your committee, you don't have to go to his private counsel. Senator Creighton, you don't have to contact Mike Marath's private lawyer for him to come in front of your committee. Not once did he come answer questions in public or in private, which is largely one of the reasons that we're here today, because the people of Texas deserve answers, and the legislature, the Senate and the House, expected to get those answers. Members, in closing, I see some of the whistleblowers are here in the gallery this morning. These are men and women of high esteem, character, conservative to the core, and you courageously spoke out, knowing the consequences and taking the risk, much like all of us have had to do and will have to do with this vote. I want you to know that the House has seen you and heard you. Mr. Maxwell, I see you. You deserve more than to be ridiculed and mocked on the floor of the Texas Senate. We hear you and we see you. The House has, and I'm confident that the Senate will as well. In closing, one of my favorite quotes is a quote of Martin Luther King. He says that, quote, cowardice asks the question, is it safe? Expedience asks the question, is it politic? And vanity asks the question, is it popular? But conscience asks the question, is it right? And there comes a time for each of us. There will come a time for you, I believe this is it, not to ask yourself what is safe or popular or politic, but what is right. And I believe that it is right, as painful as it might be, for us and for you to vote to sustain the articles of impeachment commended to you by the Texas House of Representatives. It's an honor to serve with each of you. I pray God's grace and favor and his wisdom and discernment over you as you deliberate and vote on this historic matter. May God bless you, senators, and may God bless the people of Texas. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Leach.